This is the Instant Tennis Review for lesson number 1. This is what the students receive following each of the first 5 classes. I've set this up as a video that they can watch at home, but it could also be given as a 30-minute presentation following each of the classes. Let's review the parts of the court as learned in class number 1. We've got the baseline. Remember, the basis of all points begins at the baseline, which is where the server must stand. Then we've got the service line and the center service line. They define the 2 service boxes in the front court, which is where we have to serve to begin a point. 2 games can be played on the court: singles, and so we have a single sideline, and doubles, 2 against 2, where we have the double sideline. In between, we refer to that area as the doubles alley, 4.5 feet of extra court added on each side when it's 2 versus 2. In the middle, we have a little center mark. The back rectangle is referred to as the back court, and each side of the court gets its own name. The right side, from baseline to net, is known as the deuce court, and the left side, from baseline to net, is known as the advantage court, and for short, the ad court. At the net, we have the net strap, and on the sides, the net posts, and the white tape that runs across the top of the net is called the net tape. Next, let's review the parts of the tennis racket. These are important because the coaches use them when defining how to swing certain shots in the game of tennis. First, the whole racket is called the frame. The top part is known as the head of the racket. The string bed is also known as the face. The shoulders start up here, and the throat goes down. That's the part in the middle. The shaft is this piece here. The handle or grip is where we hang on, and the bottom is known as the butt cap. In the next section, let's look at how to grip the racket for certain shots. Here we're talking about forehand ground strokes, as described in class number 1. The Eastern grip is the best grip for new players learning to hit the ball. Find the base knuckle of your index finger and the heel of your hand, placing both of those points on flat edge or bevel number 3, as defined here. You'll notice that the tennis racket has 8 flat sides going around the racket. If you're left-handed, you'll count them going the opposite direction. So the Eastern grip would be over here on this side if you were grabbing the racket with your left hand. The other important grips to know are continental, semi-western, and western. Not shown here is the one-handed Eastern backhand grip, which would be up on number 1. Here we'll talk about the important components of the forehand ground stroke. Notice the player starting here in ready position, and then we'll watch in slow motion as the player split, makes his unit turn, drops the racket, and the foot, as he goes down, comes up to the impact point or contact and follows through over the opposite shoulder. Here we'll see the full swing without breakdown. Next, we'll review the important components of the two-handed backhand ground stroke. Notice here, player starting in ready position, split, unit turn, 3-point landing, foot goes down, racket goes down, rear end goes down, up to the contact point, and following through over the opposite shoulder. Again, we'll watch it in slow motion with a full swing and no breakdown. Here we'll take a look at the breakdown of the one-handed backhand and how it differs from the two-handed backhand. One of the major differences is contact point. With a one-handed backhand, you'll be much further out in front. Another change will be grip, and where the left hand is placed on the racket. Notice as this right-handed player hits the left hand on the throat. Now let's take a look. So there's a grip change that happens here. Now there's a unit turn with grip change. Player steps down and forward, racket travels to the down position, up to the impact point, and raising up. Notice how the left hand goes out behind the body. Now again, we'll see the full swing without breakdown. In the last section of lesson review number 1, we want to remind everybody what tennis is all about. It's all about having fun. Remember to breathe, get into it, give it your best shot, be spontaneous. If you feel like dancing out there, go ahead and dance. In addition, we want to give everybody some practice recommendations. Remember to book your free court time. We also have a ball machine that you can use, so make sure you schedule time on the ball machine. And use the practice recommendations as listed here.